Okay, good morning and hello. This is episode, oh, let me do that. This is episode 4, I believe, of WikiWanderer, the show where we just pull up random Wikipedia articles and see what there is to see. Um, Yesterday we found a comic book named Voodoo Child that was created by Nick Cage and his son. So you never know what you're gonna find. Um, and we just see what there is out there. I mean, it's a brand new series. I really haven't gotten any viewers yet, so I'm just hoping that we're gonna keep making them, and uh, if we get enough people where they can start leaving feedback, then we can get better. And then, um, I mean, I'd like to get monetized, but that is just because I've taken in far too many cats, and anything that can help go to their care is the only expense I really care about covering. So anyway, today we're obviously going to be choosing the random article feature of Wikipedia and going wherever the wind takes us. If we look at the main page, um, some four soldiers sold $36 million in valuables from a German castle in 45. Um, the troubles. There's a lot of bad stuff. An explosion killed a bunch of people. It's a lot of not fun on here on the main page. But yeah, I think I've explained it. We're gonna go to see where the random articles take us, and I will be kind of skimming them, summarizing them, hopefully poking a little fun at them. And it's you know it's meant to be kind of infotainment. Me and my husband would kind of do this. We would be talking about something. I'd look at the Wikipedia article and I kind of go over it and say anything interesting out of it, or tell the story, but kind of paraphrase it in funny language, and all for the lulls, I guess you'd say. Okay, 2012 Dubai World Cup. Um, wow, I thought it was gonna be a football, but it is a horse race, which total Dubai vibes. This is the 17th running of the cup. 5-year-old bay and tired horse. What is that? Just a brown horse. Brown horse. Um, Mahmoud Al Zaruni. Zaruni sounds like Zamboni. Like it sounds like an odd word. I was just thinking it'd be Zarani or something like that. Zaruni seems interesting. He's like a big time horse racer, and Mikel Barcelona is a French jockey. Um, let's just take a peek at him. I just want to see if he's like won a ton of awards or if he just rides. I mean, UAE, America, Italy, Britain, Germany, France, a lot of France. He got a jockey award, but how many wins? He's won the Dubai Cup. He's won Oh, he did win that American. Oh, these are just the wins. Right, so in UAE, he won the World Cup in 2012, and he won another one a couple times. So he seems to be a pretty good guy. Young buck. He would have been 20 when this happened. I am surprised. Let me tell you, I'm surprised that they don't list his height. Maybe that's just me. It seems like I could find a model's height, but I can't find a jockey's height. Okay, let's look at this horse. Oh, that's the barn. I want to see this horse. I want to see this horse. Can I see this horse go? Let's find out where the end is. And watch. Oh, it's telling us which one is in the lead, but I don't know which one. It was more about the trainer than the horse. So people have nice things to say about this trainer. And obviously the jockey was no slouch. I don't know which one is our boy.
The lead from Caponi. Planteur's running on, but Monterosso's broken clear in the gap.
Okay, 8. So let's see how he was doing before the...
Planteur's running on, but
no, he's still...
Monterosso third and they lead. So you think has the rail. Transcend in the
I just wanted to see if he's like the leader of the pack. Was he a come from behind? Sometimes they have...
Planteur, followed by Zazu, Royal Delta, Prince Bishop, Asian Flash and Smart Falcon is the last to swing. Caponi leads for home. There's room for So You Think on the rail. Monterosso third and they broke away from Planteur. Monterosso
there, okay.
250 meters out. Monterosso takes the lead from Caponi. Planteur's running on, but Monterosso's broken clear in the gap. 100 meters left to go. Monterosso driven out is clear of Caponi. Planteur and So You Think. McHale does it again because Monterosso's won the gap. Prince Bishop 3 wide is second last. And
so
Monterosso
is one of these red ones.
Transcend has to work. 800 meters in 49.
They're showing me this, but Monterosso's 8.
There's no room for squibs. Caponi's moved up 3 deep. Out of the back and Caponi takes the lead. So You Think has the rail. Transcend in the middle. Game on Dudat wide, continuing to improve. Then Monterosso, Master of Hounds, Planteur, followed by Zazu, Royal Delta, Prince Bishop, Asian Flash and Smart Falcon is the last to swing. Caponi leads for home. There's room for So You Think on the rail.
I don't know what's going on
broke
with
away
these.
from Planteur.
Are using...
Monterosso goes up to Caponi. 250 meters out. Monterosso takes the
Sorry to rewatch this, but yeah, he was not the predicted winner. He was not like the obvious winner. He was the head of the pack, but then he just... It really does have like a clear, like a whole horse ahead than the next guy. And again, this guy is 30 now. He would have been like maybe even a teenager? Because he was born in 91. So in 2012, He would have been like 21. It's crazy. We were looking at Monterosso. Oh, I don't need two windows for him. Jeez. He's got a white sock on his hind foot. One of the most important his most important success was this. So this is the high point of his career. All the men were were hugging. Contested his first turf race after he won Cock of the North Handicap by a neck. Ooh. Do we have any fun horse names? Let's look. I don't see anyone. Colorado Dancer, Seeking the Gold, Mr. Prospector, Hogan's Sister. What an asshole name! Like, they had a horse. I wish that horse had a thing. They had a horse that they liked, and he had a sister. Like, all you need to know is this is Hogan's sister. So if you want to breed. Okay, and then they're just talking about a little bit about the horse races and oh, that's what they were saying is the Maktoum's family's private stable was who he was belonged to. King Edward's the Seventh Stake is a horse race. So he had won these other horse races. I kept on seeing that and not knowing what that was. I hope the background music isn't distracting. I'm just trying to find music that doesn't have ads in it. Let's get on. This is our first one. I feel like I'm bogged down in the details. The purse was £6 million. The first prize was £3 million. So I guess it's like, the purse in boxing, it goes to one person. So I guess it gets split up and the winner gets half. £3 million isn't bad. He had 20-1 odds. That's pretty good. You might have done well. So the other horses in order are Monterosso, Capone, Plantier. So you think you can horse race? Zazu, Aishin Flash, Prince Bishop, Master of Hounds, Royal Delta, Smart Falcon, Mendip, Game On, dude, and Transcend. No, I have to know about Game On, dude. His lineage is Deputy Minister, Primal Force, Devil His Due, Fast Pleasure, Vice Regent, Mint Copy, Blushing Groom, Prime Prospect, Devil's Bag, Pliny O'Toole, Fast Play, Sits Pleasure Fagger, Northern Dancer, Victoria Regina, Bunty's Flight, Jakeney, Red God, Runaway Bride. Runaway Bride is a... Okay. My favorite horse name that I've ever seen is Mayo on the Side. I think Runaway Bride might pass that up because Mayo on the Side is funny and I think it's fun, but Runaway Bride is like legit, like not just my opinion. I think that is the best horse name. That's funny, Mr. Prospector. You know who else has Mr. Prospector? What's his face? He's also got Mr. Prospector. It also did Seeking the Gold. That was. And then I guess his parents are Awesome Again and Worldly Pleasure. And, yeah, Sir Dubai and Porto Roca. They were both the dads. They were both the Dan's great grandfathers. That's so funny. Was Prime Prospect? No. For some reason I thought that. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of like when you go back to that, fourth, fifth generation, that there's a lot of like crossover. But Square Generation, Halo, Ballad, Raising a Cup, Lil Puss. Oh, come here, Lil Puss. Lil Puss takes the lead. Lil Puss takes the lead is like a funny. That sounds like a children's book. And then Little Puss takes the lead. Theater Slew, Con Game, What a Pleasure, and Princess Fudger. I guess Pleasure and Fudger is all in the family. I guess maybe that's their way of. Again, it's probably signaling to like, look where I came from. And then Fast Pleasure. So these people definitely, and then Worldly Pleasure. So these people were doing a thing. And then Game On Dude, Awesome Again, definitely came from that side of things. That's a Canadian horse and a USA horse. And he has an Irish horse and an Australian horse. I could actually go on to horse lineage forever because the names are so fun and like, it's a worldly affair. Game On Dude. That is so fun. And I probably said Transcend. And Darley Stud. It's a private stable, so it's like a family thing, and that kind of makes it a little unfun with like the who owns this horse. Just a rich family. Well, that was the 2012 Dubai Cup. We probably spent too much time on that. But we've met a lot of horses, and that's never a waste of time. This is a commune in France, a former commune of the Deux-Sèvres department in western France. It was just merged with another commune. It's on a river, and that river is near a town. And that's all there is to say about beautiful church. You go to Europe, and one of the things I love the most about Europe is their villages, and they all have like stone walls, stone houses, stone churches, everything's so beautiful. There's none of this concrete nonsense. I think it must be so magical to be around all these buildings that were built before 1950. You know, to have these really nice places. Why don't we see if we can look up, let's say, there's more information here than there is in the whole thing. Doesn't tell me the population I see. The population is under 1,000. It's 850 people, basically. I'm sure somebody's been born. Postal code is 79100. 79100, if you were wondering. Oh, right. It's just the former commune. And that is the only picture of it. So it really is very small. And that is all there is to say about that. All right. Arichandranathi River. Arichandrathi River. Arichandrathi River. I'm just having problems putting together. Sometimes I get overwhelmed at a long word. Arichandrathi Trinathi. It's the and that's messing me up. Ari Chandranathi. Arichandranathi River. Arichandranathi River. Ta-da. I did all that work for a one sentence entry. The Arichandranathi River is in India. There's no picture. There's not even a real map. That's not a real map. Do better, Wikipedia. This feels like one of those things that is only there because it is a reference to something else. No. Okay, they're telling me it's not this way. But when you do this, you get this. That's very interesting. Well, because it's about the rivers of, maybe that's not in this river. I guess I trust that. Still showing me Kenya. Okay, so nobody likes this river either. Jeez. Oh, a list of massacres in Israel. I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but I think I'm going to be skipping this one. I don't want to be seen as not acknowledging victims or denying horrible events. But first of all, I think it's a big topic. I don't think it's something that we should be kind of probing and making fun of. And that's really a hornet's nest. So we're gonna get out of here as soon as we can. Oh, wow. This is Icelandic. So it's a river in Iceland called just Jökulsá. I don't know what I don't know what the word. Oh, that's where it is. We're not going to concern ourselves, you know, with the municipality, but it's in the middle of this place, which is a town, a plain. Okay, this is the counties. So Iceland is divided into 23 counties, and they're very oddly shaped. It's kind of split down the middle, and there's these kind of slices. And then there's these big blobs. Is that like volcanoes? And they're like, that's like a park outside. That would be really interesting to have a government that was like, we're going to take these parks and federally fund and protect them as independent states. That's very interesting. And a really good business when it comes to like a volcano, a place that could hurt people, but is also something that people like to see. So you're like, well, nobody can build near it. And then complain about it on the news and they can't go to their house. It's like they did in Mount St. Helens. If you don't know, Mount St. Helens was being disruptful, and they made everybody off the mountain and nearby leave. And all these people started complaining after like a week and being like, well, I don't. And they ended up letting people go back. I think it got worse, and I think they got most of the people out. But then it erupted and just decimated that area. I went there as a kid. It is, you go there and it is just dead trees for miles, miles, miles away. You're not even on the mountain. And there's just all these trees that are facing, like they were blown over. You know which way the mountain is. It's like a very apocalyptic, very like, something happened here, that kind of catastrophic, you know, occurrence. Okay. Anyway, this is a glacier outwash plain. Oh, it explains everything. Sometimes I look at the links too quickly, and like Montesero, it told me a lot of what I needed to know down there. So this is a plain that has been, I assume, scraped by the formed of glacial fluvial. Oh, it's gotta be vile. So fluvial. Okay. Glacial fluvial deposits due to meltwater outwash. I don't know what's the terminus of a glacier. The terminus is the snout or the toe at the end of a glacier. The meltwater at the snout of the glacier deposits its load of sediment over the outwash plain.
Verizon, the best 5G network in America.
Ah,
So good. You look the same. But
it had an ad.
especially me. You haven't changed your hair in 15 years.
It had an ad. It said it wasn't gonna have an ad, and it had an ad. Well, I can't promise it. I like people getting paid, but I just need to download some, jazz background. I think that might be fun. I'll work on that. So it's not that it's been crushed by the glacier, it's that the glacier is feeding it because the end of it is melting. Okay, so we learned something about that. Okay, so that's the river is from that meltwater. Okay, so it connects to this glacier. That's why the name is like that. Oh, you know what? If we look at this map, we can see, well, it always takes away the thing that this right here was one of the things that we couldn't, that didn't seem to be one of the states, and now you see the little. Why did I look? Maybe I'll find it. Well, I don't want to see that. Okay. I don't know if I need to look and see if that those are the. I don't think geology, like the states, not like the politics, like what's the state? The municipalities. The constituencies. Yeah, see, these are out. There's gotta be volcanoes. It won't tell me straight up. At least easily. I'd have to read. We're skimmers. No reading. The southern part of the national park. So that probably is a national park, and it probably is based around a volcano. Let's see. Oh man, we had a map. Oh look. It is a national park. And that makes these national parks. That map was crazy. It's its unique qualities is that it's got all the different stuff. Volcanic activity. So yeah, that makes sense so that the state can take control of it and nobody can. Mount St. Helens, be rude. It's been the setting for count it, 4 Hollywood movies. Batman Begins, Tomb Raider, Die Another Day, A View to Kill. Also Amazing Race, who cares? They've got a lagoon. Common seal. Oh, so common. Puffins. All the good stuff. Anyway, Jökulsá. Why is this? I got it right the first time. Jökulsá. It's that I don't know how Kusla fits into Arlon. So Kuslaron. So Jökulsá. There you go. Jökulsá is the glacier that feeds into Jökulsá, the river. I am so sorry. how to pronounce. Come on.
To say bread.
Bread.
American.
American.
Yogurt.
Yogurt. Bread American yogurt.
Sound like you had a couple more vodka shots.
Bread American yogurt.
Bread American yogurt.
Bread American yogurt.
Bread American yogurt. Bread American yogurt. I don't know if that's real, but that's a great hack. Bread American yogurt. I don't know what the yogurt would be. See, I get bread American yogurt. Jökulsá. Okay, so the glacier feeds into the river feeds into the sea. Oh, the river's pretty short. It's like a mile long. But now there's a lake. Sorry, I feel like I'm digesting the information slow and maybe giving you a little too much dead air. So I guess I should read this out loud. It's short, but it was longer in 89. And then it was less long in 1900 when it discharged directly from the glacier. But there was a lake that started forming in like the 40s and then the 50s, and it changed the course of the river. And I don't know if the icebergs are coming from the glacier. I mean, I guess they have to be. And then sometimes those are, they're in the lake, and then they break off and then go into the sea, and then it's, bye-bye. Erosion could, with time, break down the splits and connect the glacier directly with the sea, forming a fjord. The government is fighting that by stabilizing the shoreline and the river. Not least in order to save the road. And they mean at least? I don't know what not least means. The national road crosses, here we go. The national road crosses the river on a bridge, and that is messing with that. And then East Iceland would be cut off from the capital, Reykjavik. And they'd have to take a boat and stuff. Road is from the 60s. And that's just Jökulsá and bread American yogurt. I think we have time for one more. I don't know how long we've been going. I don't know how long we've been going. I'm trying not to sound like I'm droning on. I'm working on it. Agrophilia, both now. I'll get this. Okay, it's Natalis. So Biothanatalis. Agrophilia biothanatalis is a moth. Does it have a fun name? Does nobody care? Oh, jeez. I hate when that happens. And it shows me the Wikipedia. Oh, it's kind of like the moths you get in your house. Very much the moths that, like, you get in your lamp and stuff. It's a West Coast thing. California, Oregon. It's a bitty baby, and kind of a fall moth. Just kind of a little guy. Let's do one more. Jasen, the name, not Jason, but Jasen, is a boy name and a surname. And there's been an actor, an American actor, a Croatian politician, an American musician, an Argentinian basketball player, and an American lawyer and politician who have all had that name. Are any of them interesting? Former child actor, Croatian politician in the 2010s. This guy, is the current lead guitarist in Breaking Benjamin and the former lead guitarist in a Christian rock band. I'd love to hear about that because, there's no like talking about his time. He is Christian. That's just something you need to know about him. Doesn't make his guitar playing any worse or better. Anything going on with Red? Red has a lot of information, considering the guitarist from Breaking Benjamin has no information, but this band is like, I guess they were a big deal. So they were made up by some brothers and then a lead vocalist. And then in the beginning, they had the drummer and our boy. Christian rock, alternative metal, Christian metal, new metal, post-grunge, hard rock. I hate to be a stickler, but if the majority of your music, or even a good portion of your music, is Christian in theme and message, you are Christian, whatever. There are plenty of people that don't put their religion in their music, but if you do, it kind of makes it a certain thing. I don't make the rules. It's how we know the squares. No, that's fine. I really like it for kids who are in positions where their parents are very restrictive of what they can listen to, for them to have metal bands and rock bands and to be able to express themselves in a way that their parents are cool with. I think that is I think that's nice. I think that's really, really nice for also to break stereotypes about these kind of people are bad people. When you have these kind of bands, especially a band like this where it's has a lot going on, other bands may be like, oh, I wouldn't be my digs, but you're a good band, and then and then they're kind of friendly with each other, and you can kind of get that message that not everybody is talking about Satan in their music, and not everybody talking about Satan is bad. How do we find out where he left the band? They played contemporary Christian music before they ever turned to hard rock. Them and the lead singer grew up together. So they just played, kind of, I don't know. My God, it's an awesome God. And then you got the original lineup. Then you're kind of getting into them having some access. Hendrix parted ways before recording began. And they got a new drummer. I meant to do this earlier, but I couldn't find. Yep. You found the two I already know of. Okay, maybe this will help me. Okay. Departure stemmed from our boy Jasen. No. I got mixed up on what his first name was. But that is his first name, right? Yeah, I'm right. I'm not crazy. Okay, so their demo is based on a lot of this stuff. Till We Have Faces is a retelling of Cupid and Psyche based on its telling in a chapter of the Golden Ass. Ooh, that sounds crazy. They went on shows. I don't know if these are all. I mean, it seems like they went on tour with some like legit bands, even if they're Nickelback, Papa Roach, and Puddle of Mud, POD. Like that's real music. It's not my music, but it's real music. Sometimes you have to be like, yes, I think it's cheesy, but it's like a real band. It's like, you know. And then they replaced their drummer. It just says the drummer is replaced. I still don't see what happened to Jasen. The group experienced personal heartbreak and loss while making it. What does that mean? There's a snowstorm. I thought Jasen was gone by now. But I don't see any mention of it. It's definitely gone by then. Ah, this is the problem with skimming. I'm just being nosy. That's what I get anyway. Wasn't this the end of our thing? An Argentine-Italian professional basketball player. 6'6.5". I just want to see if he's Argentine, so he's an Argentinian basketball player, but he himself is Argentinian Italian. And then this guy, who's this guy? He's just a guy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna make some gratin potatoes, and I'll probably be back this afternoon to do episode 5. Thanks for sticking with me all the way if you did. I'm really excited for anybody who listens to this. I know I'm starting at the bottom. I know that my voice is probably not the best voice for this, but I can't do anything about that. So I've got an icon I'm going to work on when I get back home later this week. I'm out of town right now. So I'm going to try to have her be on the screen and on our little thumbnail. And yeah, I'm hoping that we get a little bit more real as time goes on. And so, yeah, I gotta get a real backing track. I gotta get my graphics in order. And I've gotta stop droning on, stop pausing for so long. Maybe, I don't know. Should I keep going down these rabbit holes and start looking for when Jasen Ranch left the Christian band Red? Question mark? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you think I should be going down all these rabbit holes or not. And I will see you next time on episode 5.